Hi again, everybody. My name is Greg Anderson, and this is the Good Timekeeping Show with Greg Anderson. And today I want to talk about these watches here. I did an in-depth review a few days ago of this one here, but then I decided I found a good deal and I bought this one here. But if you don't want to watch the in-depth long review, let's cut to the chase and do a quick review of these watches. These are, of course, variations of the GA-B2100 G-Shock watch, also commonly known as being in the category of CasiOak watches. I decided on these two right here because out of all the different CasiOaks available, there are just a few that offer tough solar, which these watches have. And that means that the face of the watch, each one has a solar cell built in, and that will automatically charge the power source inside the watch from everyday lighting conditions. So if you basically wear the watch, it'll get enough light. If you when you're not wearing it, don't put it in a drawer, a dark place. Just leave it on the countertop or your nightstand or whatever, and just let it have a little bit of light. Also, these have Bluetooth. So out of all the different variations of the CasiOak, only a few have tough solar and Bluetooth. The Bluetooth allows you to use an app to connect the watch to your smartphone or tablet, and then that app will allow you to access some of the functions, and it's a little bit quicker. Like if you want to set the alarms on either of these watches, you can do it by pressing a sequence of buttons, a whole complicated sequence, or if you use the Bluetooth app, it might be a little bit quicker to do that. So a lot of things available through the app, but you don't have to use the app in order to use the watch. When you use the app, it allows you to have automatic time updates sent to the watch. So the watch will try to check in a few times a day to make sure that it's set to the right time, right down to the second. So that's available through the app, but if you don't use the app, then the watch will still run very accurately using its internal quartz movement, and that should be accurate to plus or minus 15 seconds per month, and in my experience, a lot better than 15 seconds. So it'll be a super accurate watch, and with Bluetooth, it'll be even more accurate. So out of all the ones that they sell with Bluetooth and tough solar, there are only two of them that have the positive LCD window. So there are a lot of variations of the CasiOak with a negative LCD. So when I say that, what I mean is that right now, positive LCD means it's a light background with dark characters. With a negative LCD, it would be a dark background with light characters. I prefer this way. So out of all the variations out there, just these two, positive LCD, Bluetooth, and tough solar. That's why I got these two. Now, I should show you right here on this little pointer here is going to show you what mode the watch is in, or when it's in the normal timekeeping mode, it shows you the state of the battery, low, medium, or high. The battery is high on each of these watches right now, a good charge. If it gets to medium, everything's still fine. If it gets to low, some of the functions will stop working until you charge it up again. But like I said, just normal everyday usage should keep it at least to medium and probably up to high all the time, so you won't have any trouble with that. If I change modes, I'll use the mode button down here, and it shows me I'm in world time mode. So that little pointer now is showing world time. You've got a whole bunch of time zones all around the world that you can select, and even though your local time is still here in the analog hands, your world time is down there. Next is the stopwatch. It's a 24-hour stopwatch, and I've had this one running almost a full 24 hours. As you can see right now, it's showing hours, minutes, and seconds. What happens though is if it goes to the full 24 hours, it will reset to 0 and keep on going. And when it first starts out, starting from 0, I'll show you on this watch here, it will show you minutes, seconds, and hundredths of a second for the first hour. Then for the next 23 hours, it'll show you hours, minutes, and seconds until it resets and keeps going that way. So, and it's got a split time, lap time. So it's just very familiar. If you've got other G-Shock watches, you'll find that the stopwatch works about the way you're comfortable with. The countdown timer is anywhere from 1 second up to a full 1 hour countdown timer. So you can adjust that as you will. And you can even use the app to set this to whatever duration you want the countdown timer to be. And then there are 5 alarms plus, and I haven't done too much with these alarms, but you got 5 alarms here plus an hourly signal that you can have on or off. So that with the hourly signal, you get a little beep at the top of every hour. When the watch is in the main mode here, the timekeeping mode, you have, again, down in this window, the local time plus seconds. You also, if you tap the adjust button, you can have a reminder that you can set through the app, and it'll show you some message that you've set there as your reminder. Here, you could have it just show you the month and date, or you can reverse that, depending on what country you're in. You could have the date and month there, or also day of the week. And that day of the week is available in one of 6 languages that you can set here inside the watch, or using the app, the abbreviation will appear in the language of your choice. And there you go. The watch will automatically update your time zone if it is getting its updates from the phone. So as you go from one time zone to another, it'll automatically update the watch. Otherwise, you can set the time zone to whatever time zone you are in. Daylight saving time can be on, automatically changing back and forth from standard time to daylight saving time, or you can have that always be off or always be on. There's a lot of options here, especially when you go through the app. These watches have a dual LED backlight system. One light comes from about the 5 o'clock position on the face and shines up onto the face, and another light is there under the LCD window. So I really like the backlight on this watch. It can be set for a duration of either 1.5 or 3 seconds. The watch itself has all the things you'd expect from G-Shock. It's tough, all the shock resistance, 200 meters water resistant. You can turn off the Bluetooth so that if you're in a place where you essentially need airplane mode on Bluetooth, you can turn that off on the watch and you're fine. This black one here, has that metal buckle there and the keeper. And then this yellow one has kind of it looks like a, black plastic buckle and the black keeper there. One thing also about these watches that's kind of fun, especially if you're going to try the modification route, look at this. Each watch has a quick release on the spring bar that holds the watch band in place. So, I haven't seen a kit officially from Casio that will give you the other watch bands or bezels, but I think with the quick release, you can expect to be able to change that watch band whenever you want if you've got some third-party stuff, and just with a few screws you could take the bezel off and change that to something else if you want to. In fact, and here's a little preview for an upcoming video, I decided to take the plunge. Look at this. Here's a kit I purchased for just a little bit more than $100. I haven't taken all the plastic wrapper off of it yet, but here is what I'm planning to do with this watch right here. I'm going to remove the resin watch band and bezel, and I'm going to install this on the watch, a metal bezel and bracelet, and that also gives you more of that authentic Royal Oak look with those little screw heads down there and the octagon shape. So this should be a pretty simple modification, and I'm going to do this, and that'll be another video coming soon. So please check back with me to see how this went when you watch another episode of The Good Timekeeping Show.